Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days and 5 minutes. And for tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be talking about severe weather occurring over parts of the Northeast and the Ohio Valley, and more thunderstorms and the potential flood risks for tonight right through Sunday. And we'll have the complete weekend outlook and the long range across the United States. So that's tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. So meanwhile, this afternoon, it has gotten rather busy with some showers and thunderstorms. And as we take a look at the satellite loop with the lightning strikes, those flashes of yellow, red, and green indicating lightning strikes across upstate New York and also across parts of western Virginia, West Virginia. It's sort of a narrow east-west line there. Very summery day up and down the East Coast with humidities as you would expect on the high side. We have a concentration of storms also moving through parts of the central Gulf states and even back up in the northern plains. And here's what it looks like on the tight satellite view with regards to what's going on in the Northeast. We do have severe weather issues to deal with. The radar as of 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time showing numerous severe thunderstorm warnings across upstate New York, and also seeing a scattering of severe thunderstorm warnings in this east-west band across the Ohio Valley and in areas in the central Gulf states. These downpours producing some areas of flash flooding. Otherwise, some scattered showers and storms out in the plains and extending up into the northern Rockies. As of 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time, we have two working severe thunderstorm watches. In factually now we have three working severe thunderstorm watches. And please go to weather.gov if you're watching this on a replay later this evening so that you have the latest updated information regarding severe weather and where it's going on. One watch box in the Northeast, upstate New York and Vermont. The second one covering parts of Kentucky, southern Ohio, and into West Virginia. The third one in eastern Colorado and westernmost Kansas. And you see where the risk areas are with regards to severe weather. Now, tomorrow, Friday into early Saturday morning, we have a marginal risk from North Carolina northeast up the coastal plain into southern New England and even extending it up into parts of central New England. I wouldn't be surprised if we wind up with a small area of slight risk out of this. Marginal risk in the eastern part of Michigan, marginal to slight risk across the southern plains into the Mississippi Valley. Then as we move on to the next day, this is for Saturday into Sunday, marginal risk in Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee, and general thunderstorms just about everywhere else. In the Northeast, particularly in New England, the focus is really going to be on additional rain because of the flooding rains of last Sunday and the saturated ground, plus the chance for thunderstorms tonight and again on Friday and on Saturday. The ground is saturated, so it's not going to take much to cause some flash flooding. WPC has got an inch and a half of liquid indicated from northeast Pennsylvania across northern New Jersey, northeastward through much of New England, and a fairly large area of 2 to 3 inches that you see in the red in southern and central New England. Now, that's kind of a smoothed out forecast, but because of the convective nature of what we deal with this time of year, there could be some local areas that wind up with double the amounts that are indicated by WPC. And notice pretty much the eastern half of the United States, chances for showers and thunderstorms will produce rainfall amounts ranging from as little as a half inch to some areas showing up with a few inches. Southeastern Virginia, North Carolina, across parts of the Florida Panhandle, and also in South Florida, and also from northwest Arkansas up into northernmost Oklahoma and southeastern Kansas. And with respect to flash flooding, WPC has a slight to moderate risk of flash flooding for upstate New York and for southern Vermont and a small portion of eastern New York State, mainly east of I-87 and north of I-90. The slight risk, a much larger area, marginal risk extending from there all the way down into the Gulf states. We have another area of slight to moderate potential for flash flooding in Mississippi and down into Alabama. and also from eastern Kentucky and West Virginia on up into southern Ohio. A lot of the areas in the east have saturated ground issues, so it would not take much to trigger some localized flash flooding. One solid thunderstorm could do that. Now tomorrow, we have a slight risk. That's a 15 to 40% chance that there could be some excessive rainfalls to cause flash flooding from New Hampshire and Vermont and southernmost Maine, south and west through southern New England, most of New Jersey, the Delmarva Peninsula down to southeastern Virginia and into North Carolina. Also continue to see a slight risk in parts of Alabama, the Florida Panhandle, and into Mississippi, and of course a larger area of marginal risk that extends back into the plains. And on day three covers the time frame. This is Saturday into Sunday. Marginal risk for the southeast, the Tennessee Valley, the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic states, and most of the Northeast. Now, if we could have another day, which would be Sunday, I suspect that we would probably see a slight risk for many of the same areas as far as flash flooding is concerned. So this is going to be a problem for a while. We continue to see a series of weather systems that are moving from Canada into the plains and then gradually swinging their way into the eastern part of the United States. We have the one tonight with the scattered showers, thunderstorms, and some severe weather. That front gets hung up and probably fires off showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon and evening up and down the East Coast. And then that fades away as we move into the overnight. Still some lingering during Friday night. Saturday, probably not too bad. With the chance that there could be some showers and storms popping up, but I definitely think it's going to be the better of the 2 weekend days. Notice on the rain that breaks out in the southeast, in the Tennessee Valley, these are downpours and thunderstorms extending up into the Great Lakes. That's going to take a swing into the northeast come Sunday, and we could see showers, thunderstorms, and some heavy downpours on and off during the day Sunday into Sunday night and early Monday morning. So of the 2 weekend days, Saturday's the better of the two, and it's going to be steamy right through. We're looking at dew points up in the 70s, temperatures that will be mostly middle and upper 80s, except Sunday might be a little lower because the showers and thunderstorms could be more widespread. So it might get into the 80s before any rains come, and then once the rain comes, temperatures will settle off into the 70s. I really don't see much of a pattern change coming anytime soon, so we'll probably continue this nonsense as we move through next week. The Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight will cover all of this, and that's at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. We hope to see you then. Enjoy the rest of your day.